everybody, Mark Brooks here with AOB TV. You're watching the Art of Baseball Swing Analysis Series, where you tell us whose swing you'd like to see in the comment section down below, and I will show you what you can learn from that swing to become a hitter who stands out in the lineup. So this is Puig, and you know, I've already done a how to hit a baseball like Puig before in the Art of Baseball, how to hit a baseball series. So if you guys want to see that video first, just go to artofbaseball.net and go in the search box and search for Puig. So this is just a swing analysis where we're going to talk about specifically what he's doing. This was a question from Johnny S27 at I don't know what email he was using, but basically he had a question about what is he doing that's been kind of the catalyst for his early success. I mean, he's really young. He hasn't had a lot of experience in the big leagues, but yet he's one of the best players in the world. So let's kind of run through his swing here. He's very athletic. He almost looks like a football player here in the uniform. He kind of reminds me of Mike Trout in his uniform. But let's kind of talk about just a couple of things that he does, so that you can kind of take something of value from this swing analysis. So let's get started here. You know, the first thing that I want to help you guys understand is, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, but especially for you younger guys who are starting to develop that strength in that lower half, you really got to find out what kind of stride you want to have when you're at the plate, because that's really going to depend on your physical makeup. So we have different kinds of strides. We have a leg lift. Somebody like Carlos Gonzalez or Alex Rodriguez, they have that leg lift where they lift their front foot off the ground and then it comes right back down right where it started. You have a simple stride, kind of like what Puig has here. Basically, you go from where you are. He's in his stance. Now he's getting ready to separate his hands from his hips, and he's getting ready to stride to initiate the rotational part of the swing. He has a simple stride right here. This is probably about anywhere between 6 to 8 inches, right? And as his foot comes down, he's using his hips to pull his hands through the zone. So you need to find out what stride works for you. And basically all you have to do really is just to go out and experiment. Go out and watch Major League games and watch how other guys hit and do what they do. You know, when I was younger, I would watch Chipper Jones from both the left and the right side, and I would use that toe tap, and that kind of helped me develop a rhythm and got my hands going. So maybe that's something you can do, you know, or maybe it's this a simple stride like this, or maybe it's the leg lift like A-Rod. Do what's comfortable for you, but you got to do something that gets that movement going in your pre-swing, so that you'll be ready. You'll be in a position to hit the ball, especially fastballs. You got to be ready to hit the fastball. And you know, the second thing is with Puig's swing here is, and it's really obvious. You can see how he has his chin on his shoulder here. This is something that he does to keep his front side closed, to make sure that he's not pulling off of the baseball. A lot of guys will, once their hips start to open, they'll start to fly out here, right? Obviously, he's not doing that. He has that chin on his front shoulder, and he's going from Ike to Mike, basically. Ike to Mike is Ike is the front shoulder, and Mike is the back shoulder. Boom, right there. So if you look at it again, front shoulder's closed. It goes from Ike to Mike. So, and you know, that's kind of a great way to kind of remind yourself to stay closed. I did this when I was in my first year of college ball. I had a problem of pulling off the ball a little bit, so I kept my chin on my shoulder just to help me stay close for, you know, just a tad bit longer. You know, this game is a game of inches, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to make every inch count, right? So that's the second tip. And the last tip, guys, this is something that it's a term that I just absolutely wear out in my private lessons. I tell my kids, attack the inner half of the baseball. Look at what Puig does as soon as his foot comes down. Look what he does with his hands. He gets that proper separation. After he's pulling his hands in the zone to point of contact, look where they go. So look at this frame, boom, that frame, and look at the next frame. Hands are inside the baseball. He's kind of tucking it in. I'm thinking that this pitch was probably middle in. That he still hit out in front of the plate, but he got his hands inside the baseball. A really good example of someone who does this is Mark Trumbo. I should do another video on Mark Trumbo. He's probably the best hitter who attacks the inner half of the baseball and still pulls it. And that's something that you're going to have to learn, especially for you smaller guys who pitchers are going to attack on the inner half of the plate because they want to see if you can hit the fastball. Your ability to really attack the inner half of the baseball, take pitches middle in, and still hit it fair is going to set yourself apart. And if you can do it consistently, it's going to provide just another advantage in your repertoire as a hitter who can hit hard line drives. So, just to recap, master that stride. Find out what stride works for you guys. Find out specifically, and do that by experimenting. You know what I mean? Do that by trying new things, seeing what works and what doesn't work, and taking what helps you and using it, and taking what doesn't help you and throwing it away. You know, master the front shoulder, or basically keep yourself from opening up too early. If you know, putting your chin on your shoulder helps you, then do that. If it doesn't, then move on. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you stay close for as long as possible. And lastly, attack the inner half of the baseball. I've said it over and over again. You got to be able to hit the ball to all fields, especially as you get to the higher levels. You know, gap to gap up the middle. I wouldn't be too worried about going down the line. I think that's being a little bit too fine. But attack the inner half, find that golden nugget. And that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I love hearing your feedback. If there's any other swing that you'd love for me to do, leave a comment down below and tell me specifically why, and I'll make sure that I'll get to it. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go on over to artofbaseball.net as well. This is the box to the left. Click on that and sign up to the newsletter. That's where I give baseball advice and tips only to the people who subscribe to the newsletter. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that to the right. Until next time, guys, play hard, play smart, play art of baseball.